Hello everyone, welcome to this session. I am Priyanka Bansode, Assistant Professor, Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering, Walchand Institute of Technology, Solapur. And today we will discuss about applications of closed loop control system. Those are missile launching and guidance system and automatic aircraft landing system. These are the learning outcomes of this video lecture. At the end of this session, students will be able to first explain the working of missile launching and guidance system, and second explain the working of automatic aircraft landing system. These are the contents we will be covering in this session. Now, before moving towards, pause this video for few seconds and you have to recall concept of servo mechanism. Pause the video and you have to recall. So, servo mechanism is nothing but it is a feedback control system in which the controlled variable is mechanical position or derivatives such as velocity or acceleration. In other words, servo mechanism is automatic control of any physical quantity. It is nothing but it's a mechanism is used in control system which helps the process variable to reach the required reference input. And if the servo mechanism is strong, then the output of control system reaches to the set point accurately within short time. One of the examples of servo mechanism is missile launching and guidance system. Actually, concept of servo mechanism is used in so many applications of control system. Now, we will see how the servo mechanism concept is used in missile launching and guidance system. Now we will discuss about concept of feedback control system. So a feedback control system is a system whose output is controlled using its measurements as a feedback signal. Then this feedback signal is compared with the reference signal. Okay, so what is the feedback signal? Means which feedback signal is used in that system. We have to compare with the reference signal to generate the error signal, which is filtered by the controller to produce the system's control input. Let us start with missile launching and guidance system. You can see in figure 1, this is an example of what military application of feedback control. So here this is the target plane, or we can say it's an enemy plane. Then this is the rotating antenna. Here rotating antenna is placed on the tracking control radar, and other blocks are required for the missile launching. So we see which blocks are required for the missile launching. So start with the target plane. Yes. So the enemy plane is sighted by a rotating radar antenna, which then continuously tracks the path of the aeroplane, and depending upon the position and velocity of that plane as given by the radar output data, the launch computer, means with the help of launch computer, we have to calculate the firing angle in terms of launch command signal. And this launch command, when amplified through power amplifier, and it helps to drive the launcher. So here you can see the angle, actual angle, firing angle in the figure. Yes. So the launcher angular position is the feedback to the launch computer, and The missile is triggered when the error between the command signal and missile firing angle becomes 0. So, after being fired, the missile enters the radar beam which is tracking the target. In this way, the missile is targeted. Yes, so the control system contained within the missile now receives a guidance signal from the beam which automatically adjusts the control surface of the missile rides along the beam, finally homing to the target. It is important to note that the actual missile launching and guidance system is more complex, requiring control of guns, bearing as well as the elevation. Now we will move towards one more application of closed loop control system, that is aircraft landing system. The figure shows simplified form of aircraft landing system. So the system consists of simple three basic parts: aircraft, then radar unit and controlling unit. The radar unit measures the approximate vertical position and the lateral position of the aircraft, which are then transmitted to the controlling unit. You can see in the figure again. So from these measurements, the controlling unit calculate approximate pitch and the bank commands. These commands are then transmitted to the aircraft air pilots, which in turn cause the aircraft to respond. Then bank command is used to change the aircraft heading. So with the help of bank command, we can change the aircraft heading, assuming that the lateral and the vertical control system are independent. Now we shall consider only the lateral control system. So whose block diagram is given in figure B of the aircraft landing system. So here this is the figure B, shows the lateral landing position. Here the aircraft lateral position represented by y of t is the lateral distance of the aircraft from the center line of the area on the deck of the aircraft carrier. Then the control system attempts to force y of t to 0. This is what? It's a radar unit. Then the radar unit measures the y of kt, its sampled value of y of t. So with capital T is equal to 0.05 seconds and k is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 up to n. Then the digital controller processes these sample values and generates the discrete bank command, and that constant at the last value received until the next value is received. So the bank commands are updated every time at 0.05 second, and which is called sampling period. At the same time, the aircraft responds to the bank command, which changes the lateral position y of t. It may be noted here that the lateral digital controller must be able to compute the control signal within one sampling period. Now, there are the two unwanted inputs called disturbances appear into the system. The first one is wind affecting the position of aircraft, and second, radar noise that is present in the measurement of the aircraft position. These are known as disturbances input, and the system has to be designed to reduce the effects of disturbances. So in each system there are the disturbances, but here this system has to be designed to reduce the effects of disturbances so that aircraft lands within acceptable limits of the lateral accuracy. Now here it over about the aircraft landing system. These are the references of this video lecture. Thank you.